Well, good afternoon, Mishpacha. We begin with our prayer song. Open our eyes that we may see glimpses of you have for us. Open our eyes, illumine us, Spirit divine. Okay, so it's a little bit warm out here. What do you say, Billy, 95? About 95 degrees. We're preparing for Pinellas Trail Challenge on Labor Day weekend. So good to be out in the heat. But on Monday, we were sharing about John Wesley and the move of God's Spirit in England during his generation. And the thing is that we just don't see throughout church history a whole lot of that major move of God's Spirit. That's his choice. Those are the ones that he's chosen before the foundation of the world. So who are we to say, we're just we can't, the pot can't say to the maker, why did you make me like this? But in Wesley's time, he received persecution, just like the early church received persecution. I mean, the good Christian folk wanted to tear down the Methodist homes. There wasn't a denomination at that point. It was just the people called Methodists because they were very methodical. But they also had this enthusiasm that was off the chart. I think that was the Holy Spirit in them. What do you think? The power of God. And we see definitely signs of the power of God in that Wesleyan move of God's Spirit. But, he came back. He felt his heart strangely warmed. And he was so on fire. He baptizes with the Holy Spirit and fire, Jesus does. He would preach 5 to 7 times a day. Now that takes a lot of power. And this was on horseback, traveling to the different spots, and people would come from miles around. Remember, he was the burning stick plucked from the fire, and people would come from miles around because they asked Wesley, well, how come you have all these crowds coming? He said, well, what I do is I set myself on fire, and people come from miles around to watch me burn. Wouldn't that be a wonderful way for preach? But the thing is, when he would go into a quote unquote church in his day and he would preach, guess what? His message was not well received. In fact, they said, we thank you for never coming back here again. and that was when he was outside behind the church building preaching at a grave site. So obviously the word that he spoke was basically what the Lord wanted him to speak. And you can't go wishy-washy on that. You can just go one way or to other. You can just be hot or cold. So this is what was happening in England during his time. I want to share a little bit more on Friday in terms of the fact that many are called, but few are chosen, and we see it exemplified in John Wesley's ministry. Have a blessed day.